Oh my god. Man's playing Dark Souls twice in the same day? Crazy. Blasphemous, even. Anyways, welcome to the stream, everyone. We'll be doing, yet again, another Dark Souls stream. I want to finish Dark Souls 3 before it kills me in real life. Sorry, I'm moving a couple things around. Before it kills me in real life. That's right. If I don't finish Dark Souls in a set amount of time, the timer on my heart stops and then I die. But seriously, today we're just going to be doing some Dark Souls 3. I'm not sure. Actually, we're pretty close to the end of the game now to think about it. All we have is one boss and then another boss. Yeah, we're actually like literally 3 bosses away from finishing this game. And 2 of them are right next to each other. Actually, all 3 of them are right next to each other. Fuck. We might finish the game tonight. I'm down with that. Because then I can get the series out and then I can stop playing this game. No, but seriously, let's not sure entirely how long it's gonna take. But we have a couple of pretty tough fights coming up. I'll check my hollowing. 16? Not enough. Eventually I'll have to crank up to 99 hollowing before the game ends. Because I need to get my bread up. I need to become the Lord of Hollows. And such. As that one, as Shiva, I think was her name. Whoever said, yo, welcome to stream. Welcome to Dark Souls 3 stream. Now, the next boss on our list, sorry to cliffhanger you all on the last time, but I had to go attend a play. The play was pretty good. And now, it is time to actually go fight this guy. Now, this one's actually kind of interesting because the fight is different if you play it offline or online, because it's a PvP fight. And there are only 3 examples I can recall of a boss utilizing PvP as like the main tactic. Because you have the old monk, I believe is the name of him, from I almost said Devil May Cry, from Demon Souls. Then you have this next boss. You have the Looking Glass Knight from Dark Souls 2. And I don't really think there's anyone else that I'm missing. Holy shit. You can stop attacking, my friend. I'm just gonna chain stab you. And then beat the shit out of you. Uh-oh. Ow. Oh god. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna be doing offline for this. And there's a good reason why. Because I said it was a PvP fight, and if you recall my dismay for PvP in Dark Souls 3 at least, you'll know that this fight, or actually, you know what's a better example? If you have played Dark Souls 3, and have gotten to this point, you may remember that if you were online, this fight sucked. And if you're online, this fight still sucked. But, like, less sucked. Because difficulty is based on how well the person's able to perform PvP. We're not doing PvP. Okay, we already talked to him. Alright, crank this open. This is very, Gwendolyn-esque. Okay, what have we got?
Foolishness. The king's decree is no trifling matter.
Hey, this fight.
Judicator Argo shall deliver thee justice. Spear of the Church, sworn defender of our Princess Filianor. Hearken to the call that summons thee.
Oh boy. So, you hated this fight online? I despise this fight. I think it's terrible. So, the gimmick of the fight is that you... Hold on. So that's the first bit. Also, you may recognize these guys as the Painting Guardians from the first game. First of all, there's a guy behind me. This is Half-Light, Spear of the Church, not Half-Life. So this is the fight I'm meant to be doing. And this one's an annoying one, so strap in. Basically, what's gonna happen is, if you were in online, since I'm not, I don't have to deal with it. If you're online, you have to fight a PvP invader who joined the Covenant. The Covenant is either given, I believe, by either... Wow, you can stop attacking now, you cock. What is it called? The fight is determined by basically how well your skill is against invaders. For me, it stinks. So we're just gonna be whooping his ass. Hopefully. But yeah, this is the fight. It sucks. And, much like the fight in, Dark Souls 2, if anyone remembers, the Looking Glass Knight, if you join the Covenant of this area, you will be randomly selected to become Half-Light, Spear of the Church. And then you just get to fight other people and be in cock. Because who wouldn't want to ruin other people's day by letting them just cock block you out of the last part of the DLC? Because, you know, you're such a good person. Alright. Did I not? Okay, why am I like this? You fool, you forgot I can navigate, like, perfectly. My hand-eye coordination is unmatched, you imbecile. You can stop doing that, you know. Ow. What's up? Fight. Ooh. God, you're annoying. He does a lot of damage. He also can do that because he's Half-Life Spear of the Church. Now, if I got, because we killed Midir, we did get the Covenant. For those that lead up to Gale, and it sucks to parry, at least for me. I'm gonna try and parry him at least once. Okay, so I parried him at least once. There's also another gimmick with this fight, is that Painting Guardians occasionally will come back from the grave. They'll occasionally come back from the grave to haunt me and try and kill me. But yeah, this fight blows. And I don't care what anyone says. Having to do an NPC fight as a boss is not fun. So yeah, now another Painting Guardian's about to spawn in. And now I have to deal with this prick. Along with Half-Light. You can see where my dismay lies. And that I hate fighting at PvP, and I hate fighting with this. Oh yeah, he could also heal Half-Light. So, try to have fun! And yes, those do go through shields, if you're not careful. But yeah, NPC, yay! Love NPC invaders, especially when they're the boss. Yeah, you may see me get a little disgruntled at this fight, because it just sucks. I kid you not. This fight looks annoying as hell. It is. It genuinely is. It is one of my least favorite fights in, like, all of Dark Souls. And it's not even that it's hard, it's just annoying. Actually, no, it is hard. Who am I kidding? It's hard to parry, and then he just stun locks you, and then he hits you with one of those, and then you're dead. And he can also just do that whenever he wants. He doesn't have stamina restrictions, he doesn't have mana restrictions either, so he's free to just do whatever he wants. Gotta farm Filione's Covenant to refight him too. What was the benefit? No idea. I think it was just like some shitty, like, fucking PvP item. Cool. I guess I just have to take damage now. Luckily, it's only this guy, and not fucking Pablo 2005 who just joined the game and fucking has been playing Dark Souls PvP literally since the dawn of time. It's only just this cuck. So, could be worse. Could be way worse. Oh, what? Am I stun locking you? I'm sorry. You can stop doing that. Alright, shut the fuck up. And we'll be seeing you around, dickhead! Now, I think if I actually equip the Spears of the Church, I can, go talk to the Adjudicator and give him my spears. Which is kind of what I want to do. Because I just want them out of my inventory. Now. But yeah, if you want to become the biggest asshole on the planet, you can just do that fight. But be the invader. Which honestly, I might test out just to show you guys what it looks like. OMG Church Samurai. So I'm begging on hands and knees that the next fight on our list that I'm not going to mention because spoiler is it's just gonna go down first try, because I really just... We've been in this game far too long. Man, I just woke up. Heh, I've been awake for 26 hours. That's also a complete lie, kids. Get your sleep. You know what? Screw this fight. I'm just not even gonna give it the time. I could show off what it does. You know what, actually? Let's be a cool guy. I want the Sun Covenant. I want to try something. Why would you do that? Hey, come on. Shut the hell up. I literally just said to avoid spoilers. Come on now. Let's be cool here. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna... You know what? I think it's time. I want to try something out. Alright. Log in. We're gonna be the cool guy in this scenario. I'm gonna help a person fight this guy. Let's be the Sun, bro. And then after this, I'll just go straight to the next boss. But, let's see. I'm hoping that people are active in this area. It's Dark Souls 3 servers. It can't be too bad. Right. I'll plop it right here. You're not gonna do anything, are you, bud? There. You good. And I guess I'm trying to say no spoilers for anyone who hasn't played the game, because it's kind of like... This is the way I pace out these streams are more like preliminary streams to people who have not played Dark Souls. Because, I mean, like... Look at this shit, man. Beautiful. And so many people can't get here. So many people don't bother. You don't want spoilers and you don't click on the Dark Souls stream. While that is true, I'm mainly doing these streams for people who haven't played Dark Souls, want to experience all, like, the cool and fun, like, you know, all the cool, fun stuff with the streams, and kind of have the same shock and surprise as a couple of things. And then we discuss afterwards, and then I mention those in other streams, like this one. Like, for example, oh, we killed Dark Eater Midir, and I could just say that name. And it won't mean nothing to anybody who's just tuned into the stream and doesn't know what I'm talking about. But to the people who have been keeping up with the streams who haven't played Dark Souls, they're like, oh, big dragon. Kinda like that. I don't think anyone's gonna be a summon. I am with the Warrior of Sunlight. You know what? It's literally like no one here. I have a password on. Oh, look at the top left. I forgot they changed it. If you look at the top left, it shows that I'm trying to invade someone. That's cool. But, I guess the best way I can describe these streams is kind of like Dark Souls tour guide. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't want to play Dark Souls but still want to have all the experience of Dark Souls, yeah. Someone's only really having time with the big sales, to be honest. I guess so. I mean, for Dark Souls 1, for some reason, I've been getting, like, summons and invasions a lot. And in this game, I haven't been getting them really at all. Yeah, let's sign out real quick. I don't want to get any... I think this last area is invader-free, but I just want to be absolutely sure. And also, just to avoid all, like, the, like, annoying online stuff, because I've seen some people play Dark Souls with online on, and I'm like, funny messages, but I've already played this game before, so, I mean, the messages don't really apply to me, because I know all the tricks, I know what happens. Something here, something there, something everywhere. But, not really my cup of tea. For Soul, I thought I was offline. Am I online? Huh. I guess we'll check if I'm online if I either see a message or can leave my son. I don't know what that was. Alright, you know what? Let's just move on to the next area. Dark Souls Tour Guide. here we are. Not really the top of the Ring City, because there's that whole thing over there. But, it is a big spire of the Ring City. And they all said they were protecting a person named Princess Filianor. They're not. Then that phantom, someone who doesn't exist. So, this is Filianor, or Filianor. They're holding an egg. And I think there are two things about this that I know of. One of them may be false. The one that I know is true is that this character is actually based off of a really old anime called Angel's Egg, where it's like this girl and she has an egg. Don't really know what it's about, but I heard it's pretty fun. And apparently this character is based on that. And the second thing I heard is that this is Gwyn's daughter. Or something along those lines. Something Gwyn had to do. Gwyn had a finger in this pie, too. Gwyn has a finger in every pie. Like the Jack Horner of this universe. Except he isn't an Incredulous dickhead. Wait a minute. No. He isn't a... No, I was gonna say he was not a tyrant, but he kind of is. He doesn't wield a sword. No, he does. Shit, what isn't Gwyn? But yeah. So, okay, Embraced Shell. If you notice, it's like an abyss in there. It's just a sinking darkness. Boop. Oh no, I broke your egg. Guinevere's daughter. Okay, that makes sense. One thing I don't like is her eyelashes, because I know that's what happens when you sleep for a very long time. Your eyelashes start growing together. You have any tips to get better at Ultra Kill? I'm stuck on the second Gabriel. Tell you what, after this stream, I will do a bit of Ultra Kill shenanigans. You good there, lady? I think your egg, there's something wrong with it. Who put a flashbang in the egg? Oh man. Who the hell puts a flashbang in an egg? Oh hell nah, she's dead. She got hollowed. Her purpose was fulfilled. Man, I wish a panoramic view could really show me where I am right now. Oh, we're in Nevada! Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Alright, besides all the jokes, welcome to a million, billion, trillion, quadrillion years in the future. Or something along those lines. A very long time in the future. And we can't go back. I mean, we can just teleport back to a bonfire, but, you know, where's the fun in that? There's an item back here. Nope, there is literally nothing down there. But, yeah. This is, by all Dark Souls means, the end of the entire world. Everything just kind of goes back to dust and ash. A little bit of both. There are three things. There are exactly actually no, there are exactly 4 people in this whole entire desert. Of course, there's a limit to how far you can go. But we're going to be investigating around. There are 4 people here. One of them's an enemy, one of them's a boss, one of them's an invader, and one of them's an NPC. So, it's a bit of sweet tasting of all 4, rather. The first, the invader. Pretty shitty looking church you got here. I mean, look at that. I mean, the whole place is crumbling down.
I've searched for thee, dark, stricken creature. I am Shira, daughter of the Duke, descendant of gods, and trusted friend to Medea. At once, I am the honor of the gods, the glory of fire, and the fear of the dark. Thou shalt not go unpunished for thy treachery, thy profanity, and thy shameless yearning.
God damn it. But yeah, this is the person that we summoned for the Medea fight. And supposedly this was the person who was in the church at the very beginning area, where we were like, hey, who's your god? And I was like, Gwyn. But if you notice, yeah, that thing screams when it hits occasionally. Did you just fire already, please? Damn. Fuck you. Now that's a weapon. If you get a weapon that screams, you're set. Bitch! Those fast rolls. They're impeccable. Luckily her poise is 0. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! I could do that too. That twice, nerd. L, 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 L. Damn, bruh. We get it. You have Estus, I have Estus, we all have Estus. Oh, we don't have any Estus! Well, I'm not gonna share any now, am I? I'm gonna take a sip right in front of you. Nice fire, idiot!
Never would I ever forgive thy lowly kind.
That's crazy. Anyways, thanks for the Crucifix of the Mad King. And a Titanite slab, I guess. Looks like that too. I don't know the lore on this thing, so let's read it. That's not it. Where is it? Here. Malformed corpse, Mad King was Jiro, and I found rest from the crossfire. Failed to kill the Undying King, only pinned it to itself to him. Didn't hold him close. Huh. Interesting. So she wasn't able to kill this king and then just logged it around. Interesting. I did not know that. All I know is that she's the one behind the door who asks, hey, what's your god? And you say, Gwyn. And she goes, okay. You're cool with me. And I don't know why she gets mad here. I think it's because I guess she was a Knight of Filianor and we kind of broke her egg. But, that's no reason to act, that's no reason to act insane. I do believe there is actually another thing out here, but it's gonna take a sec for me to find it, because I've never actually found it. I've only seen videos on it, but there's just something out here that I might gotta find. Not here. And I've heard some people say that I kind of wish there was more to do out here. Pygmy King Buddies. This deepest lore? Perhaps. But, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I've heard some people say that they would like some more stuff out here. I've heard at least a couple people say that, not a lot, but there were some people that were like, oh, I wish the final area of Dark Souls 3 had something else. And I'm like, no. That would ruin this whole thing. The fact that there's even 4 people here to begin with is astounding. And if they're not over here, I'm just gonna teleport back. But there is something out here. I think I might have missed it. But I'm gonna find it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it's kind of interesting to see. But yeah, there's this whole desert here. And technically, unless we're playing by the rules of the next game will take place in a billion, trillion, quadrillion years in the future, this is the end of Dark Souls. What we are witnessing now is what happens when Dark Souls 3 is over. Everything fades back to ash. Everything crumbles to dust. And eventually, in some capacity or another, it'll all just come back. So I'm trying to think if there's an eclipse, but there isn't. Alright, I'm probably not going to find it, but I'll say what it is. There is one Great Sword Ringed Knight just sitting out here. Supposedly the one that's guarding the door to the church. Oh.
Filianor, help me, please. The Red Hood is come to eat us. to eat our dark souls.
They said the name of the game in the video game! Dude, he said the name of the game in the video game! Do you realize how big that is, dude? He said the name of the video game in the video game! Cool. Might actually be over here now that I think about it. Yeah, there they are. Just wandering aimlessly. Anyways. Yep, there's just a ringed knight wandering around aimlessly. What's up, dude? You know, I wouldn't have killed you if you were not gonna provoke me. They said they did with the video game! Oh. Ow. I was gonna say, something tells me I'm not parrying this guy. Nope. We are. Okay. Okay, we could parry him at least once. I'm just gonna fight you now. Bonk. Yeet. There we are. And a Titanite slab to go with it. So that is, and by all of Dark Souls beans, the final enemy that you ever fight. The actual, like, normal, chill enemy. Sorry, hold on. I just gotta, like, a chill up my spine. Okay, anyways. I believe if we go back here, there's actually something that happens. I think you, like... You know what? He's actually super close. Let's let him walk. And let's discuss some things. So, if there were to be a Dark Souls 4, technically, Dark Souls 4, if it was going to be the sequel to this game, could not have taken place in Lordran. Or I guess... No, this isn't Lordran, it's Lorien. No, it isn't Lorien? Lothric. This is Lothric, I forgot. It goes Lordran, then Dranlaik in Dark Souls 2. Then this is, you know, Lothric. So, if there were to be a Dark Souls 4, it probably wouldn't be taking place here. Unless it does, in which case that would be very interesting. Like, having to stumble across the ruins of old Lothric. Imagine how weird that would be. You just start walking around and all of a sudden just... desert. Just a plain desert. And I guess, people were speculating that, like, other areas in Dark Souls, like Vinaheim and, somewhere like Katarina, were all deserts. Or at least Katarina was, because people thought it was kind of like, oh, it's kind of like a bazaar type deal, where it's a big old bustling place full of a bunch of happy people, because that's where Siegward and Siegmeyer comes from. But, yeah, over here in Lorien, shit hit the fan bad because I touched an egg. Alright. He's almost there. We'll let him have his stay. But, I guess if there were to be a Dark Souls 4, it would probably be either in a different area or, like, the crumbling ruins of this place. Well, as Dark Souls confirmed by FromSoft. I don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm saying if there were to be a Dark Souls 4.
Eleanor, help me. Please.
And there goes the final NPC. I'm gonna rest real quick so I can master this. Hey, were you impressed with P2? P2 is a cool and interesting area. I do not like it. I'm just gonna be completely frank with you. I do not like P2 the way it is now. It is not only unbelievably difficult to get a P rank on that level, I just don't like it. The boss is fun. It's whatever. It's a Prime Sanctus boss. All I have to do is just learn the attacks. But, man, that gauntlet, do I love just wasting 7 minutes of my time to get to the boss, only to die to it and then have to reset the P rank. It's so ungodly hard to do a daily on that, especially with the way things are going now. So, daily P ranks of P2 will have to be later, rather than now. This will be global warming in 2014. Ah, hell nah, bro. The sun's about to explode. Whatever shall we do? Panopticon was a huge letdown. Well, it is a huge... I'm gonna say something, sorry. There he is.
What? Still here?
Mm-hmm. Been here all along, buddy.
Hand it over, that thing, your dark soul.
Hey, Gale. I don't mean to alarm you, but you said the name of the...
Lady's painting.
You said the name of the game in the video game. Go back to school now. Alrighty, laters. Throwing a body at me? Very similar to Artorias. Okay, anyways, as I was saying, P2's cool. I don't like the gauntlet. And yeah, Peter, you put it best. Loved everything else. But Panopticon... I think Panopticon could have been better if they made the gauntlet integrated with Panopticon. You know what I mean? Because Panopticon is a type of jail that is a central tower with multiple cells around it. What I'm thinking is, have the gauntlet be that Panopticon opens the cells, then they open up to reveal the enemies, and those enemies scale with how much damage you're doing to Panopticon, making it harder if you rush it. That's where the difficulty lies with Panopticon. You know what I mean? This is gonna be harder, so everything can be harder. And I saw the idle placement, remember why I loved Ultra Kill. I saw the idle placement and remembered why I fucking hated Waves of the Starless Sea. Because the moment I saw that there was an ability to make any enemy invincible as long as there was one random jackass placement, that's when my jaw hit the floor. I was like, cool, you know Abs a damn lootly, they're gonna be abusing this. And they didn't. And then they did. Yeah. This is Slave Knight Gale. Sorry, I need to talk about the boss instead of P2. Let's talk about the other aggressive red guy who has to do something with the desert. This is Gale. Now, this is a pretty interesting fight. If it was a don't see use check, that would be pretty interesting. But yeah, this is basically what happens when a person is driven to their absolute limit. Gale, listen to me, bud. I didn't want to do this, but you said the name of the game in the video game. You can't keep doing this.
Is this the blood?
Don't fucking do it, Gale. Don't do it.
The blood of the dark soul.
Gale! It's time to end this, Gale. You said the name of the video game twice. At first you deserve a punishment. The second time it's downright heretical. Bring it on. Alright. Floor walk. Oh yeah, he has a fucking machine gun. He said the name with the video game in the video game. Every soul has its dark. Dawn, dark soul, I shall slay you here and now. No machine gun for you. And this is a very similar thing in Sekiro. Who gives the old man a gun? That's such a bad idea. Yeah, this guy's badass. And mimics a lot of moves that Artorias does as well. It's pretty interesting. Oh, AoE. Alright. Now, you see these orbs? Look what happens when they land. And lightning. Welcome to Phase 3. Come on, Gale, just give it up. Let Entropy win. We all have to go eventually. Time to go, Gale. Time to go. And that's it. That is the canonical end to Dark Souls. It all fades to dust. And then we just move on. And technically, unless there are more stragglers like patches or anything like that, this is the end. We still have to fight the final boss, of course. But technically, by everything that's happened, that's it. That is Dark Souls. It is now, technically, unless we do some timey-wimey bullshit, over. Was I a good Dark Soul? I was told you were the best. Yeah, don't know what that was about when he was mimicking kind of like Artorias' type deal with the like random, like he threw out the body, which was the first sign that I was like, maybe a little bit, maybe the guy can get a crumb of Artorias. He can no longer say the name of the video game. Patches, don't you dare.
Oh, hello, God. We're just a couple of outcasts.
Huh. You know, you think he had something to say after he, you know, revealed himself. Not gonna say who it was to anyone who hasn't seen the previous streams, but you'd think he would say something about after we saw him in a different area, but, not my... you know what? I guess he doesn't really know that he's gonna get to that point. So, I guess good for him? I don't know. I don't know how to make of that. Alright, and, yes, you do get his repeating crossbow. Unfortunately, not only are you not able to wield it, from what I've heard, this just sucks. Unless you do a very specific exploit, which we will not be doing. I'm just gonna take the sword, because it's cool. But, yeah, that's the canon final boss of all of Dark Souls. But we still have one more to fight. Oh boy, we got one more. Now, this is gonna be a very short stream now that I think about it, but you know what? It's good that it's a short stream, because we just get to finish this game up. It was okay in PvP when it first came out. Yeah, I think they just did a whole bunch of rebalancing to make sure that, you know, using a machine gun in combat wasn't too crazy. And from what I've seen, you can do a couple exploits with it in order to make it so, like, oh hey, I could make it so when I use my great bow in a very specific way, I can make it fire great bow shots and then just break the game. But we're not going to be doing that. We're going to take the sword. We're going to go and finish this game once and for all. Furia. I think it's time to finish this damn game. Let's hit it. Alright, you son of a bitch. We're gonna make you link that first flame and you're gonna like every second of it. Behold, the Soul of Cinder. The final boss. Who has a surprising amount of health. I thought he actually had less. Yeah, this fight's tough. I'm just gonna say it, this fight is rough. But notice the sword he's wielding. Also, he's about to do some insane shit. You ready? Poison Mist. He fast rolls. He also exhibits fire. But fire's not something... I mean, fire is what he, uses. And there it is. He can backflip. But he just used power within. That's because this boss exhibits every single type of Dark Souls tradition. Yeah, but your sword builds, that's pyromancy that he went. Not just did, but he's about to change, I think. Entropy, Soul Cinder, entropy. You can't keep living this. There's magic. Magic and by proxy spears. Or, no, is it Faith? Unless they combined them into one. It'd be funny if the name Soul Cinder was just the name of the video game. The Dark Soul. I guess that's thrusting attacks. Alright. We defeated you. Just give up. Wait a minute. And that's it. That is Dark Souls 3's final boss. And yes, I did have to crank up the music for that, because if you couldn't tell, that was Gwyn, Lord of Cinder's motif from the first game. And if you saw the moves he exhibited, I don't think Gwyn ever uses lightning in his final battle in Dark Souls 1. But, that grab attack that he does in Dark Souls 1, he does a lot of the, like, really quick movement and such. We're actually going to go back, because there's a couple things I need to do, just to tie it all up. Wrap it in a neat little bow. But, yep, that's the culmination of every lord that has came to be. And that's the reason why it exhibits so many different playstyles. Because if you remember from Dark Souls 1, you link the first flame, thus making you a Lord of Cinder. So it's almost like... It's almost like that was every player that came before you. How fitting. And we didn't get to see it, but they did Faith, we did see the Faith build. Someone did mention, yes, there is a catalyst that he uses. That would be the, Oh, wait, we actually get that. I actually know. Interesting. I'll have to check that out in a moment, but, he does exhibit pyromancy, faith builds, he does exhibit, like, technically, he does exhibit the great sword build. He does standard melee, he does, pyromancies. Pretty crazy. Lords of Cinder linked the first flame, and the great sword was wielded by their Deific. Probably to become a deity. Manifestation. This coiled sword, found thrust in the bonfire, existed long before the throneless lords themselves. Kill Ember. The fading flame momentarily illuminates and launches itself forward. And the other one, Sunlight Spear. Miracle of Gwyn, the First Lord. The tales of Gwyn's Archdragon Hunts believe... what the hell? I can believe. The tales of Gwyn's Archdragon Hunts describe the inception of the Age of Fire. What the sword? And with that, that is Dark Souls 3. All of it. Every boss, every area. I don't think we've skipped any. We didn't do all the NPC quest lines, I apologize. But you must understand that I am only one person. And I haven't played this game in 3 years, so I don't want to hear it. And I don't think we've done everything regarding pyromancies, or getting all the miracles, or getting all the sorceries, or upgrading the bonfire, getting all the gestures, getting all the rings. But I'd say, as a stream for Dark Souls 3, there was one person who has not played this game in 3 years. I'd say we did pretty damn good. And I am going to actually take a second to look something up. Because I'm so sorry for this. I really don't want to, like, postpone this any longer. But I do want to check if I did everything right. So, give me just a moment. Because I want to be sure I got this right. Don't spoil it if you know what I'm trying to do. Oh, right. I forgot. Alright. Technically, if we did everything right, I believe we did, we should be good. Oh. Wait. Sorry, I'm reading this. There's one more thing we have yet to grab. I'm sorry that I'm postponing this. We had to grab one more thing. But, because we did everything in our power to try and pick the fire for ourselves, we'll get to see what happens, but I want to actually pop back here. You could summon your... Okay, cool. I just want to be sure. Apparently if we go back here, there's actually a special thing where Yuria was sitting. Yuria! Where are you? Yuria's gone. And she left her damn mask and such. I'll actually read a couple of these. Quite curious. Dark Drift. First sword of the Unseen Blade was a weapon of Yuria. Londor Yuria, a mentor of the Sable Church and accomplished swordswoman, is said to have claimed 100 lives with this weapon. You always have to mention, I killed 184 people with it. I killed 132 people with it. It's more believable if you said, I killed 100 people with it. If you say if you killed 100 people, people are just going to think you're lying. If you say 134, it sounds like you're keeping track. Sire of the 3 mentors of the Sable Church of Londor, this build mask belongs to Yuria, the 2nd eldest. These maidens who are of the Primordial Serpent were renowned as founders of the Sable Church, and which offered salvation for Hollows. Interesting. And I don't know about this. Huh. Interesting. Oh, I guess... Oh, interesting. Huh. This purple steel creation was a certain resemblance to the Firekeeper's crown. Cool. Let's go fucking end the game. I'm stalling so hard right now. I'm sorry. Let's finish this. And then after it, we'll discuss a couple of things. And we'll talk, and we'll talk. And then it'll be time for me to move on to Elden Ring if I can run it on my PC. If I can't, we're playing Rain World. That's the rules. Because I really, really want to play Elden Ring, but if it does not run on my PC well with Streamlabs open or eats all my CPU, we are just going to play Rain World, and I will do the Elden Ring DLC by myself. But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But for now, we have another thing to do.
Gracious Lord, make Londor whole.
And that is Dark Souls 3. What a fantastic goddamn game. And what a fitting end to the series with the DLC. Now, I have a couple things to say, and I shall say them. Let's begin. Alright, cool game. Love it. And I kind of want to talk about what that ending was all about, because from what I can gather of it, I basically just consumed the flame for myself, which has never been done. Because there have been people who don't link the fire and become hollow, much like Gwyn and the Soul of Cinder. And eventually, over time, those people just keep growing more hollow and they keep going more insane, and over time, such and such. However, that's the gods' qualms to deal with. What we just did was gave the fire to the hollows. Now, if there were, and I mean were, to be a Dark Souls 4, that would be pretty cool if the Lord of Hollows was the canonical ending. Not the flame, making Hollows mortal again. Now, that was more taking the flame for ourselves, but that makes sense. But, yep. Hollows are now no longer bound by the fire. They now can, you know, live their lives, become people. And the other endings, one of them is just fucked. The other one is just, you light the fire, and you continue the Age of Fire. Just like Dark Souls 1. Now, that ending is one of the, like, crazier ones. There's another one, and I had to explicitly avoid this. There was an ending where, something bad happens. And it has to tie with giving the Firekeeper her eyes. That is not something we wanted to do, because while we could do it, while we could technically do that, and it would not fuck up the ending unless we actively went out of our way to summon and do the thing, I decided to go through a more interesting route. But I'm glad that we did it. I'm glad that we managed to, you know, I'm glad that we managed to finish it. And you know what? Maybe that's the best way it should turn out. Maybe it's good that we decided to, you know, just usurp the flame. And just take it for ourselves. If you played it before, but I would highly recommend playing Hollow Knight. Oh my god, I love Hollow Knight! I forgot that game existed! I might have to do that as well. But, dude, I have played so much Hollow Knight, it's insane. Now, one thing I will say is that, the stuff related to the ending that we have here, of course, none of the endings are technically canonical. I guess, no, technically the Link the Flame ending in the first game is the canonical ending to Dark Souls 1. The other ending was that you walk out on the fire and become the Dark Lord, and that's what Koth tells you to do. But we didn't do that, and I believe if we became the Dark Lord, that just means Dark Souls ends. Canonical ending, I believe, is just Link the Fire. Actually, no, because that would... No, maybe both the endings would be canonical. I just thought about it. Because that would mean that you would become the new Lord of Dark. Usurping Gwyn and, you know, protecting the fire from all those who seek it. That would also mean that someone would have to come over and, you know, well, kill you. Also, shout out to all these fucking crazy ass just people who brought voices to these characters. Such good voice acting from these games. But I'm gonna talk about the games that we're gonna be playing next. I believe Elden Ring will be next on our list to play. But there are a couple of issues that I have with it. One, it's a big game. It is the second biggest game. Oh, Jesus on customer service. Let's go. Sorry, I just want to point that out. Thank you, Jesus. If we were to play it, I want to be sure that I'm able to play it in a way that makes it so it is watchable, and it is free of frame drops. I apologize if the music just got loud and is drowning out my voice, but I believe that we probably won't be able to run it. I'm gonna be frank with you, it is a big game, and my PC can only do so much. If I cannot, I will make it up to you guys. I will just say and tell you guys, yes, I have played the DLC, yes, it is cool, whenever it may come out. And in the meantime, we'll be doing Hollow Knight and we'll be doing Rain World as our games of choosing. Well, I'm getting drowned out. I'm so sorry. But we'll be taking those two games instead. Now, I do humbly will say that I will decline playing Elden Ring if it does not work. And if someone has a problem with that, then someone has a problem with that. Hold on a sec. But yeah, that's Dark Souls 3. My thoughts on the game? Good. Really, really good game. If you just want, like, an adventure that is absolutely goddamn insane from the beginning to the end, Dark Souls is the game for you. And I love how it starts off chill. It starts off almost like taking a bunch of, you know, random couple of action figures and kind of beating them together and being like, aha, it's a harrowing adventure of monumental proportions. And now, at the end of Dark Souls 3, it has become an adventure of simply biblical proportions. Would I like to begin Journey 2? Not now. We'll do that in a second. Just have to say, grr. And we're back. We could now go and, you know, begin Journey 2, which is New Game Plus. Now, all I will say with everything is that if you have not played Dark Souls, and I know I'm saying this at the end of the final game in the lineage, I will say, if you have not played Dark Souls and you have seen all of this and are interested, I would highly give the FromSoft series a chance. Dark Souls, maybe not Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Sekiro, heard Bloodborne was incredible, Elden Ring, Demon Souls looks pretty fun. All of them, give them a shot. Because the amount of lore in these games will turn heads. It's insane. And you know what? Good on From Software. Good on From Software for being able to just make these games good. And I'm not saying that they were bad. I'm saying, like, from the perspective of Demon Souls, the improvement that they all had. I want to exit. I want to exit out of here. Because I want to do the cinematic ending. I don't know why they have a fog wall there. You're just loading the outside area. Actually, grab that one. Interest. Oh. Alright. Give me 1 second. I also apologize if the Minos P rank today was a little late. I had to attend a play. So, sorry for that. But yeah, you know what? Go back over here and sit down for a while. What a fun goddamn game. What a fun series. And of course, there are more adventures to be had. They're making a new Armored Core game, and Elden Ring DLC's on the way. And we have Elden Ring. But people don't really like to stop and smell the flowers and just say, man, Dark Souls is fucking cool. And I think with that, that's going to be it for me. Beat the game, did all the stuff, and I think it's time that my character had a little bit of a nap. As would I. And with that, I shall see you all in our next adventure